Hey, it's Sam here, and I'm back to train arms at the legendary Bodyworks Gym, Tottenham. I'm going to train all the triceps, all the biceps from every angle as usual, but as usual I'm going to throw in some different exercises we haven't done before, so that I'm going to gradually build that entire repertoire of exercises throughout the whole series. So I'm gaining, but I'm also making more of an educational resource as this whole channel grows. So I'd really appreciate it if you think I trained hard enough, hit the like. If you've got anything to ask or anything to say, or you just want to tell me I'm small, pop it in the comments below. And if you really like bodybuilding and want to have it all, hit subscribe. And if you really want to help me, do all three of those things and hit the notification bell and watch all of my videos. So I'm going to get ready now. I'm going to start on triceps. I'm going to try and push a little bit heavier on some of the exercises. And as always, I'm going to have a great session. With starting on triceps, I'm going to start with a close grip bench press. So this puts more emphasis on the triceps than on the pectorals. And I'm doing it with 3 plates aside, which I've done before on a Smith machine with that support there, but I haven't done it lately with the free weights. So this is a challenge for me. It's set 1, here we go. Mine.
Nice. 1, 2, 3. Nice. 4, 5, 6.
There. Cheers. Oh, it's worth a go. Thanks. So that was 6 reps with, a spotter and 6 of not the best reps. If I was just trying to build strength, then I'd probably stay with this. But as I want to be more in an 8 to 12 kind of rep range on the upper body, and this is bodybuilding, can't really stick with that. So I'm going to move it down. I'm going to take a plate off each side here, work with 100 on high reps for my remaining sets, and that'll be suitable for me. But if I don't challenge myself occasionally, I don't really know where I stand with it. Sometimes you really have to just give it a go to know how close you are to moving up to a new kind of baseline of what kind of weights you're working with. And I've been successful in that lately with the back workout that you can see from a couple of days ago, how my landmine T-bar rows are going. But the close grip pressing, if I'm going to haul that kind of weight and be doing it for bodybuilding, I'm going to need it a little bit easier on the Smith machine there. So let's get ready for set 2 on a lighter weight. And I've just put another 10 kilos with another 5 on each side, so I was so many higher in the rep range for set 2. We'll get it right eventually, but it's all giving me the info that I need of where I ought to be with this exercise if I'm going to put it back in the system. And as it's all going in the video, I don't need to carry a logbook around. And get the last set in now. Yeah, that's all I can manage on here. Move on to something else for triceps. Obviously to get that variety of angles like usual. Now that I've done this one, the other stuff will be that sort of motion, skull crusher type thing, push down type thing, and overhead type thing would be the greater variety choices. Next up, I'm going to tackle this machine, the hammer strength MTS triceps extension. Each side works independently, so I've got a unilateral choice in the mix now. I've tried to explain this in lots of different ways on my arms videos about the different angles and how they focus on the different heads of the triceps, the long head, the lateral head, and the medial head. And another way to think about it is like species or categories of triceps exercises. You've got like the close grip press types, you've got the push down types, you've got the skull crusher types, or like the French press overhead extension types. They would be like your 4 categories. Within each of those there'll be loads of different motions or choices with barbell or dumbbell or different machines that'll do it. But if you're trying to get the best out of a triceps workout with multiple exercises, you'd pick ones from different categories. Basically the ones that feel your most connection for you in the triceps in each of those categories, and then you'd have it all. And then it breaks down similarly for biceps exercises and whether they focus on the inner bicep, outer bicep, or the brachioradialis. But again, not duplicating within a category, just taking the one from that category or choices within that category that you feel best. And I'll go on with set 1 of this now. I've got it quite heavy, so I don't know how it's going to go. But as you know, nothing gets edited out here. I'll just show you the whole workout. What's weird about that for me is that it feels way heavier on the right hand side, even though I'm slightly right side dominant, stronger on the right, being right handed. And that's quite possibly because both sides are working together on that close grip barbell press. So it could be that my right triceps is overworked compared to the left already in the workout. But it's a little bit achy. So I'm only going to do one more set, but as I'm here, I want to see if I can do the whole stack. It's not really much off. You've got 40 on each side. If I just take it to 50, that's the full stack there. Just so I know if I can do it, because if I can do it kind of easily, I probably won't come back to this exercise. So I sort of won't have much use for this machine. And I'd go back to skull crushers with dumbbells like I was doing last time. So just the one more set on here as it's getting achy on the right elbow, and we'll move on to the next thing. See if that's any better. The next choice is going to be my push downs. That'll be the next category to move on to in that breakdown of how the triceps exercises can be organised. And on this particular piece, it's definitely going to be the full stack. I know it because I used it before. And it's easiest to lift the most weight with this, with the V-bars, I find. But I find I can get more contraction with the rope and extend even more at the end of each rep. But I don't care for that today. I want to haul some weight like I was in the very first exercise. Set 2. This thing is absolutely delicious. It's some sort of carbo load thing. I'm normally low carb, very low carb when I'm like cutting down, but on this bulk, it's absolutely carved out. And I ate extra at lunchtime because I hadn't eaten until then because I had errands to run. So with these videos, I'm really running through the whole battery every time, like it ran out yesterday. So I went and got another battery, so if the workouts need to be longer, they'll be longer. I'm now stocked with 2. Hopefully I won't need 3, but this is set 3 now. And the last one. Drop set, why not? No, that's too light, I can't even feel that, but I'm done. I don't normally feel as cooked as I do now from pushdowns. So I think going forward, it's definitely going to have to use more drop sets in that exercise. And if you were paying attention to how I broke down the triceps exercises so far, probably you can guess what kind of thing is coming to finish it off. Well, I'll tell you, it's something overhead. And I got on really well with the French press, sat down. French press with the dumbbell, sat down last time round. Getting a better, more full range of motion and contraction when I tried it sat down last time round. So if I can find room to do that, I'll do that. But as I have come at peak time today, I may have to improvise and find something else. So I'll make the best of it, get that exercise done, and then it's moving on to a few biceps exercises for the rest of this workout. So I'm in luck. I found the exact seat that I wanted, the preacher curl seat that you can sit the other way in with a tricep extension above. And this time I made sure to get Arnold and Lou in the frame, so we got both of the murals up there, taking it back to the 70s. All my favourite parts of the Pumping Iron movie are when he's completely douching off Lou Ferrigno, being like, yeah, just like telling him he's not ready and telling his dad to tell him to be calm and being like, maybe I meet your mother, she introduced me to your sister, Big Lou. He just completely owns him all the way through that film. But when Lou Ferrigno made his comeback, he did seem pretty much bigger than everyone, to be fair. You ever see a picture of him, because of his stature, right? Like you see a picture of him next to Dorian Yates, like when he made his comeback. He absolutely dwarfs him. You know, he's not going to win from like bodybuilding judging criteria, but as a huge man, he just kind of owned everyone when he came back, to be fair. Again, this is an exercise where I'm going to keep it to just the 2 sets because the elbow's aching, well, the right elbow in particular, not in a good way, and I don't want anything to go wrong. this whole progress thing, it is a marathon, not a sprint, as quickly as things are ticking along here. So just the one more set, the 2 working sets on this, and we'll take a look at the biceps. Because next to this fella on the left in particular, my biceps are abysmal. We'll take a look at dumbbells for biceps, do some standing dumbbell curls, but I really want to keep my eye on these puppies for my pressing. I'm going to be pressing these soon, that's the goal. Nearly there. The last time I was in here it was the 65s on the pressing, which was in the video, but those are my nemesis right there. I'll go a little bit heavier than last time. No, help yourself to the bench, mate, all yours. There we go then. Go a little bit heavier than last time. Oh yeah, form on those 27.5 isn't too bad. Might be worth moving it up. I think that's all because it's my first exercise on biceps and all fresh. But I don't want to miss the opportunity to try a little bit heavier if it feels right, so I'll get my breath back and get ready for set 2 on something a touch heavier. I just find these new metal weights to be much more satisfying to hold than the rubberized ones. I'll give the 30s a spin and then watch back the video myself to see how much I'm swinging. And those 27.5s felt fine, so I'm going to just try it out here. That felt a lot heavier. It's made a huge difference that I started on this exercise for biceps. I always find it makes a massive difference how much you can lift, depending on whether you do it as your first, second, third, fourth or fifth exercise in the whole routine on that muscle group. So that's why I like to rotate around the order of stuff that I start with, because all my exercises will be focused on different parts of a muscle group. And to keep it all in balance, I want every part of a muscle group to get its turn at going in fresh and going in heaviest and best. I find that particularly useful for those bigger muscle groups like the thighs and the back. So you'll see in my back workouts, I'm always starting with something different. It's going to be one of my more important exercises, but if I started like heavy rowing on one week, the next time back is going to be like, you know, my weighted pull-ups or a pull-down super heavy, something at that angle, and give every part of the back muscles their priority, but less important on the smaller muscle groups. But I just still find it interesting to keep my training interesting, you know, give me variety and give me different challenges each time to keep it fresh for me, because I've been training for so long. that I have to do that to keep myself like engaged in it and keep it fun. So may not be technically optimal sometimes, but because that's part of what keeps me sticking with it, and then sticking with it and what training hard consistently in general kind of overrides everything else, it's really important to me. So it's probably enough rest, and I'll do one more set trying the 30s and getting a view at a different angle to see how decently or how poorly I'm actually lifting them there. I'll come back here. Arms is supposed to be like your easier session of the week. I'm really getting to that point where I'm totally out of breath and knackered. I'm really working the hardest. So I'm moving on now to something at the preacher curl angle, which is more the inner biceps. And you can focus your attention on the inner more by holding the bar a bit wider. So I'm going to do that with this bar here, this wavy bar, easy bar, whatever you prefer to call it. And I quite like this machine that they got instead of those fixed ones, where it has like a fulcrum as part of the machine. I just find with my limb length it doesn't really suit me, and I slip and can't really align it and lock in and get that connection with my biceps more. It tends to work my forearms an awful lot. So I particularly like this piece, but you won't see it everywhere. That's the only problem. If you do see it, definitely give it a go. And I can go slightly heavier for my next set. I was just thinking earlier, I'm going to do 2 notches, yeah, why not? I was just thinking earlier, we need to stop calling this like bodybuilding in the gym and everything like that. Fitness, physique, fitness, gym, bodybuilding. We need to go back to calling it the iron game. I mean, that sounds so much cooler, doesn't it? It sounds more like how it feels when you're training. Just random thought for the day. So I've got it a bit heavier now, and I thought I'd show you this angle so that you could see the back of my t-shirt. I mean, I don't know why you care, but if you've made it this far in the video, you're that into this, so I could say anything right now. So I'll just kind of think out loud in between my sets. I'm nearly finished anyway. A little bit more on here, maybe something else, and then wrap it up for the end. How I feel that, it's just pure biceps. I think for really, really feeling it, pure biceps and the shoulder not interfering and the forearms not getting way too much action, my favourite exercises right now are this particular machine, the incline dumbbell curls with a really low incline, and the spider curl. You know, that would be a preacher curl type exercise where you're leaning forwards on an incline bench and curling dumbbells up to here. Those 3, pure biceps. I'm definitely going to focus on all of those from here on out. I'll just get one more set on here, and then think about a finisher and wrap it all up. that weight was about right for really feeling it in the biceps, so I'll leave it exactly like this for the last set. But really squeeze some partials out to make the most of it. I think it's really important for me to train extra hard on arms because my limbs that aren't as good as my torso, bodybuilding wise, and it's kind of like easier to get in that frame of mind for really kicking the arse out of it on leg day, because it's just like in your head already that that's the heaviest weight you're going to be shifting in the hardest day, and you get psyched up for it, and it's just like you kind of have to do that more manually for arms to really think about pushing them as hard as possible and making it hard work. That's what I need to do. The back, the chest, they're better. They come along more easily in what I've already established for myself training wise, but if I look at any of my contest pictures, it's obvious that it's the limbs. It's the limbs with the taller, bigger frame in general, filling all of that out is challenging on the limbs. So the arms race, it never ends. I think they're hovering around 20 inches, but I would say I want them 21s, but it's kind of like your volume on your stereo, your computer, or your phone. It's like you never go with an odd number, so it's going to have to be 22s, not 21s. So I'll get them up to 22s and see what's left by the time I cut all the way down, because me in off-season, full off-season mode versus stage ready is like 3 stone difference or more. It's definitely going to be more this time if I return to classic physique with their weight limits. So get huge, 22-inch arms, lots of off-plan meals. Love it. So, thinking about my overall philosophies with different exercises that sort of mix it up and don't duplicate the same angles on each muscle group, and thinking about which exercises are working best for me on biceps, it makes most sense for me to do that incline or low incline dumbbell curl. So in contrast with the last exercise that focuses on the inner biceps, or any preacher curl type exercise which does that, having the elbows behind the body focuses on the outer biceps, and that's what I'm going to finish on. We'll give them full coverage there. So set number 1. Being the last exercise on bice, I'm really hardly doing anything there, and I can really feel it. This isn't as low as I'd normally put the incline, but it's as low as this bench goes. But if you go a notch or 2 lower, you can amplify that effect even more. Well, that effect of concentrating it on the outer biceps, but you know, I can really feel that in the arms. The arms are really, I mean, I'd love to measure them now. Like maybe now it would be like 20 and a half. It was a bad move not to wear the vest today, or bring the tape measure for the video. That's what I'll do. Next arms day, I'll just go for the most obscene pump ever and measure it on video. And you'll know that I'm not bullshitting about hovering around 20 inches. Set 2. Wow, I didn't think I'd have to go lighter than this to get another set in, but that's exactly what I'm going to have to do. Here, look at this. I'm not embarrassed at all. Ooh, hardcore. It's like when I was a kid and I asked for some dumbbells as a Christmas present, and I didn't specify the weight or like what type to get. I ended up with like the 5 kilo little plastic ones from Argos. I mean, even when I was like 15, that was too light. But it's like I've regressed to that birthday or Christmas when I got those by whacking these out here. This is hard, I promise you. Yeah, that set should definitely be the reel I chop out and put on Instagram. So that brings us to the end there, and just carrying my bag through there, feeling my arms just like excruciating pain. Is completely swollen up from that. It just feels absolutely nuts, and probably more like a pump pain feeling at the end of that workout than I've had for arms at least a month. So those particular exercises, especially the biceps ones, I'm going to keep in mind. It's kind of less satisfying in the sense I'm not hauling as much weight as I would with like back and legs and chest, but in terms of effort that I'm putting in, it's all the same. And I'll probably be getting to do arms a little bit more because I'm not going to train legs twice a week like I was doing because of that knee pain that kicked in from the heavy hack squats that put off the last leg workout that you saw. I'm going to be training legs once a week and focusing on my main exercises, but a little bit less weight and higher reps. That's what I've resolved to do. But just doing the program like that is probably going to give me an opportunity to move forwards a bit more on arms. So I'm going to look at more volume by putting in more sessions with arms. So I may tack extra arms stuff onto the end of a day on shoulders or possibly back, perhaps more back as shoulders is more priority for me. But this is what I'm going to be doing to change my split, because my split was going legs, chest, back, legs, shoulders, arms, and repeat, and just take the rest days as I feel like I need them. But it's definitely not working for legs like that. It was working really nicely. There was measurable progress. I've got the girth at the top of my legs up to just over 30 inches, which is really decent for me. It represents a lot of progress, but we're probably going to have to slow down a little bit. Just keep the core exercises in and maybe go as high as 20 reps, as there are more slow twitch fibers in the lower body on most people typically, which you can hit more with the higher rep ranges. So I'm going to be looking towards that, but it gives me the opportunity to really crack on with arms and really consider what my best exercises are and to make use of that like twice a week. There's all sorts of possibilities. Definitely, even in a rush hour situation here, there's so much space. I didn't have to wait for anything. I got to do exactly what I wanted, and I just hit arms comprehensively there by coming here. So I think if it's this time of day, it's going to be Bodyworks. If it's morning, it's going to be Zone. And then as my week goes, fit in some more gym tours. I hope you liked the video from yesterday, Dr. Sack's Pumping Iron Gym. I'm definitely going to go back there. I'm going to go back there to interview a couple of bodybuilders. I do have good contacts with the NABBA, Mr. Britain, and he's agreed to have a chat, so that'll be coming up soon. He's absolutely shredded, and I want to learn more about his dieting techniques before I get into contest mode again. So we're going to have a little skill swap chat. That was a total Freudian slip there. I said twat instead of chat. Maybe I'll leave that in. But we're going to have a chat. We're not going to share a twat. We're going to share a chat where I talk about the bulking stuff that I've been doing, and I get to hear about his diet or his cuts of the shows, because he's phenomenally shredded. Like I can get like shredded enough to be the most shredded in my class. That's what happens when I compete. But I'm nowhere near his level, so I want to pick his brain. And that'll be a return to Pumping Iron Gym. The other ones that I was thinking to have a tour around that are really legendary in London would be Muscle Works. I can go to Muscle Works Valence Road, or Muscle Works Stoke Newington, and get a gym tour in there. There's a couple of gyms that I really love in Peterborough, which is my hometown, so I was thinking of getting those in quite early as well. There's another gym called Bodyworks in Peterborough. It's not owned by the same people as up here, but there's a Bodyworks in Peterborough that I love. And there's another gym in Peterborough called Definition Gym that I love. So there's going to be at least 2 trips to Peterborough coming up on the gym tours series. And I think it just creates a little bit more variety in the videos. And I know most of the videos that are out there don't really show like inside bodybuilding gym and give you the tour. So it's something unique that I can put on the channel. So I really appreciate people's comments about those gym tour ones, and I intend to keep them going. Other than that, moving forwards, I'm going to pick some specific topics at the end of each video. Because if you look at my older videos, I was doing just chats that were me sat at home where I'd explain a certain concept, but because it's all sitting in the same place and there's no action, it gets a little bit boring for the viewer, I assume. So what I was thinking to do is have a topic that goes with each workout. So most days I could talk about a separate thing, whether it's a specific methodology, a specific food, specific dietary practice, a specific compound, or something naughty like that, or topic related to that. I could have a specific topic to talk about for 10-15 minutes and put it within a workout video, or put to the end, so that it's a little treat there for people that are really interested and really engaged in the learning aspects of this, as well as just wanting to see someone train and be entertained by different gyms and my random stupid comments throughout a workout. So that's what my training split looks like going forwards, and that's what the info in the channel approach looks like going forwards. And I thought I'd just put that out there today. I didn't even, with this plan, I didn't pick a specific topic for today. So I'll tell you, the topic is about what we're doing with the topics for today. That's your topic. And that's probably a good place to finish. So hope you like the video. I do respond to all comments, so put them in there if you do want to chat. If you want to contact me directly, then go on Physique Philosopher Instagram, same name, Instagram page there. You can DM me now. But all the comments I respond to, and I do really appreciate it when you show your appreciation yourselves about what you do and don't like in the channel. And those subscriptions growing there as we grow this. It's been a couple of months, but I'm in this for the long haul, and you'll love it to see this grow and all the topics we're going to cover. See you soon. Cheers.